Full-scale band. Full-scale, formerly known as Full-Scale Deflection, later known as Full-Scale Revolution, is an Australian alternative metal band that formed in Perth, Western Australia during 1998. The band relocated to Melbourne in 2001. Full-Scale released two extended plays, Black Arrows and White Arrows, both in 2003 on Popstar Records. They also released a self-titled studio album issued in 2005 on Columbia Records, Full Scale. History. Full Scale were formed in 1998 in Perth as Full Scale Deflection. By 1999, they consisted of Ezekiel the Ox on lead vocals, Nick Frey on drums, Chris Frey on bass guitar, Forrester Sable on synthesizer, and Jimmy T on guitar. Matt Crute aka Crutey soon replaced Nick Frey on drums. Rob Kai replaced Chris Frey on bass guitar by 2000. They released the album, Symptoms of Chaos, on 11 November 2000. The band dropped the word deflection from their name and then moved to Melbourne in 2001. Despite playing their original songs for some of their shows, they developed new music. Kai and Andrew McGuinness, a lawyer, formed a record label, Popstar Records, and Full Scale released their debut extended play, Black Arrows, in March 2003. This was followed by a second EP, White Arrows, in August. There was a brief lineup change. T left the band, being replaced by Tristan Ross for about 6 months. Under the management of Kai, the band toured the East Coast extensively. According to AllMusic's reviewer Johnny Loftus, the band's hard-hitting, gristly sound led by Oxy's vocal sieve caught the interest of American majors. By the end of the year, T rejoined and the band moved to Los Angeles, where they were signed to Columbia Records, Sony BMG, and released their self-titled album, Full Scale, on 8 March 2005. After the album's release, they toured the United States as the opening act for U.S. rap rock band Hed PE. Their tour of the United States came to an abrupt end following a lawsuit with another party who held the rights to the name Full Scale. The band were prevented from playing any further American shows until the lawsuit was resolved, and it was one of the contributing factors in their split with Columbia Records. Upon returning to Australia, Crutey and T decided to play one last show with the band, and Ben Brennan 7, Full Scale Revolution, played his first show with Full Scale on bass guitar at the Corner Hotel in Melbourne on 17 March 2006. Ox moved on to a new group, Mammal. In January 2016, Ox and T announced that they were reforming the band with a new rhythm section of Chris Webber-Websey and Lee Miller. They announced February 2016 tour dates in Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. The band released a new song entitled Jurassic Graveyard in January 2018 and embarked on a national tour of Australia. So far, no new album has yet been announced. After Full Scale, Ox became the front man for Mammal. From March 2006, they released an EP, Mammal. Their single Slaves was produced by Ox's ex-bandmate Sable. They later released 2 albums, Vol. 1, The Oral Underground, and The Majority, and disbanded in 2009. He was the frontman of the Ox and the Fury with Brennan, Lucius Borich, and Dom Italiano as an alternate country music group. Ox also appeared in theater and produced music for hip-hop groups. Ox later became the frontman of Overreactor, based in Melbourne, which released their album Lose Your Delusion. Kai became an author and entrepreneur. He used the business management skills he had acquired to build Full Scale into the band that was signed to Columbia Records to start his own Australian company. Right after Full Scale, he joined Sunk Loto in September 2006, until they broke up in December 2007. After that, he worked with the Brown Brothers for nearly 2 years on an unreleased project tentatively entitled The Flood. Deciding to retire from the live music touring scene, in 2008, Kai released a series of books, Rob Kai Journals. Vol. I, My Glorious Nightmare 2008, based on his recollections of his music career over a period of 10 years. Vol. Roman 2 followed in 2010 as This Is What It's Really Like Being in a Band. He has also written 2 fantasy fiction novels, Silver Birch, A Tear in the Fabric of the Night Sky 2009, and Silver Birch, Fall of the Epicenter. His first Silver Birch novel cracked the top 10 Amazon.com chart in its first week of release in the science fiction category. Kai is now a successful entrepreneur running multiple businesses under his company Kai.com. Kruti ran the Salter Hype booking agency in Melbourne and played in different projects, one with Ben Brennan, as well as appearing with Ox in The Ox and the Fury. As of 2009, he was the drummer for the Tim McMillan Band. He played for the US band Helmet for a short stint, playing live for a handful of shows. He was the guitarist for the heavy rock band Sleeping Giant, which formed in 2010 in Perth. Sable has produced records by Dead Letter Circus, Carnival, The Butterfly Effect, and Human Nature. He was nominated as Producer of the Year at the Area Music Awards of 2009 for Carnival's Sound Awake. He continued to work with Ox on the project Smash Nova. Chris Frey from the original FSD is a filmmaker working in Melbourne. He was a video director for Carnival's Set Fire to the Hive, which was nominated for Australian Music Video of the Year at the 2009 J Awards. He also directed 2 film clips for Ox's band Mammal, for Smash the Panata and The Majority. In 2008, Color, Light Movement, Sound, a documentary on Full Scale's journey from Perth to America and their subsequent demise, was released on DVD. The DVD contains a bonus disc called Bootleg, which contains live clips from assorted shows in the band's career. The release of the DVD was marked with a launch party at Melbourne's Hi-Fi Bar. Ezekiel Ox, Jimmy T, Kruti, and Rob Kai attended the launch party and came on stage at the end of the night to give their thanks and to take one last bow for their fans. In 2010, Jimmy T and Rob Kai were asked to reform Full Scale, but both declined. A new band with Ezekiel Ox, Kruti, Tristan Ross, and Ben Brennan were formed in Melbourne for a single short tour as Full Scale Revolution. Proceeds from this tour went to the Refugee Action Collective. During this tour, Jimmy T played a song, The Heimlich Maneuver, with Full Scale Revolution in Fremantle at the Newport Hotel on 6 June 2010. Members: Full Scale Deflection, Ezekiel Ox vocals 1998-2000, Chris Frey bass guitar 1998-2000, Nick Frey drums 1998-1999, Forrester Sable synthesizers 1998-2000, Matt Kruti drums 1999-2000, Jimmy T guitar 1999-2000, Rob Kai bass guitar 1999-2000 Full Scale, Matt Krut drums 2000-2006, Ezekiel Ox vocals 2000-2006, Rob Kai bass guitar 2000-2006, Jimmy T guitar 2000-2003, 2003-2006, Tristan Ross guitar 2003. Timeline. Discography. Albums: Symptoms of Chaos 2000 as Full Scale Deflection, Black Arrows 2003, Popstar Records, White Arrows 2003, Popstar Records, Full Scale 2005, Columbia Records. Singles: Party Political 2005, Feel It 2005, Jurassic Graveyard 2018.